What's up, fam? Welcome back to the 7-7. I have a quick trivia question for you. What do the families of Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Laquan McDonald, Tamir Rice, Walter L. Scott, Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland, and Samuel DuBose all have in common? Give up? Well, it's sort of a trick question because all of them have at least three things in common. Number one, they were all killed by the police department for no good reason at all. Number two, they were all awarded at anywhere from $1.5 to $6.5 million in civil suit judgments for wrongful death. And number three, which is the big kicker, is that none of this money or none of these families will be paid by the police department themselves. Who pays out this settlement, you may ask? We do, the taxpayers. So I say that to say this. No matter how everything played out in these court cases, in these trials, the police still won. The police still won. They kill your black male family members or even the female family members because for some reason they said that they were afraid for their lives, feared for their lives, even when a lot of these guys were unarmed. Then they either don't get prosecuted or they do get prosecuted, but then when it goes to trial, the jury has to find them not guilty or not liable because of the way the laws are written, for the most part, to where the jury really hands are tied because all the police had to say is, I feared for my life and this is what I was trained to do. So by law, the police are not guilty, so they're found not guilty in that. And then the family says, well, okay, well, I'm gonna sue the police department for millions of dollars for taking my family member's life, which to me, they have a right to do. And then they go through these trials, and these civil trials go pretty quick. They get these settlements pretty quick, and the police department or the city or whoever, the city officials say, okay, look, this is what you'll get. You'll get $1.5 million. You'll get $6.5 million. You know, and to drop all other lawsuits and to make this thing go away. And the family's happy. All black people are happy. But then you come to realize that, wait a minute, the police are not paying for this. So basically, they get away scot-free. And the black community, we still end up suffering one way or another. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description box that takes you to an article that the Huffington Post wrote in 2015 that shows you in detail how much a lot of the big cities have paid, or a lot of cities in America have paid out because of police misconduct. But I'm just going to read off a few of these numbers just so you can kind of get the gist of how the way this law is, to where that the taxpayers have to pay for police misconduct really affects the inner city as a whole. Okay, so one example is the city of Boston. It said it paid out $36 million between the year 2005 and 2015. Chicago paid out $521 million between 2004 and 2014. Dallas paid $6.6 million between 2011 and 2014. And Los Angeles paid $101 million between the years 2002 and 2011. Now, there are many other examples in this article, and like I said, you can read it for yourself. But my point is, all this money that the taxpayers are paying, this money could have went toward, youth programs for children, rebuilding or upgrading schools in the inner city, creating jobs for the poor communities. using the money for health care to help them, people with mental problems. This and so much more could have been used with this taxpayer money, besides it being paid out because of police misconduct. Now again, I'm advocating for families, being compensated for their loss because of what police departments have done. My only issue is, where should this money come from? Now, that's what they call, I guess, the $1 million question. Personally, I think number one, it should come from the police officers who committed these crimes. I mean, they tell us citizens, if you do the crime, you do the time, so you have to pay. So you do something wrong, hey, I got the right to sue you. I mean, if I have a business and something with that business, because of my business, you get hurt, cause some kind of damages to a person, you can sue me. You can sue me, I have to pay, not the taxpayers in my city. So if you do something wrong, you should have to pay. Number two, shoot, the police department should have to pay. Now I know they try to say, oh, the police department's budgets are limited. Well, that's not our fault. Like I said, we shouldn't have to pay because we as citizens pay plenty of taxes, way more than enough taxes in some situations to keep these cities vitalized. And then even where I live now, I mean, there's so much infrastructure being built, apartments, jobs, major corporations moving down this way, but they give them tax credits though. So that looks good for the business, but for the city as a whole, doesn't do us much good. I mean, that scam that they call a lottery, that the majority of poor people pay for or play, that money's not going to them schools, because I ride through these neighborhoods all the time and the schools look worse. These neighborhoods look worse than when I was growing up. So man, there has to be a change. Have to find a way to make these police forces more accountable. I mean, for real, think about it. Why do you think this stuff continues to happen? I mean, we march, we protest, families sue, the police department say they forgive, they're sorry, they want to make things better. They're gonna do programs so police officers will be more sensitive to the black people's needs or whatever the case may be. But then it just keeps happening over and over again. And like I say, in these cases that I told you on this Huffington Post article, this stuff is paid out over years, so which means that it happens, and then it happens again, and it continues to happen, and it happens for years on end, and it never stops. So that tells you, like they say, if you keep doing something the same, you're going to continue to get the same results. That's like, what, insanity? So something has to change. So if you want something to change, don't march. Marching ain't doing nothing for us. Never have. You got to find a way to hit these people in the pocketbooks. We got to go down to these city hall meetings and these commissioner meetings, and we have to talk to our Congress people. Find ways to put laws in the books, or to change laws in the books to where the police force is held more accountable financially, because they can easily just fire somebody and just hire the next person, and just the cycle just keep going. But if you hit anybody in the pocketbook, trust me, they'll make big changes. It's always been the case. And also, if your local elected officials don't know how to help you, or tell you that they can't help you, then you just vote them out and then vote the next person in. I mean, that's a start. But don't look for another person to fix a problem that you have. You have to get down there and do it yourself. And with that said, that's all I have for right now. If you like the videos, you know the routine. Like, comment, share, and most definitely subscribe to the channel. And until next time, peace.